Paul, say hi. All right. Hey, everybody.
Good morning, gentlemen. Brian Seaman, Clippers Television, back here to your right. I got a question for both of you guys. Paul, I'll start with you. Coming into the season, obviously, we don't know what Kawhi's situation was going to be. Question isn't about Kawhi. It's more about you, your mentality going into this season. Does it change? You know, you've had two different kind of mentalities coming into as a Clipper. One was rehab. Last year was kind of a redemption tour. You did what you needed to do in both fronts. Has it changed at all now? What are you thinking about this year? Do you look back to your time at Indiana and how you were running a show? Tell me about your mental prep for this season.
Yeah, I mean, I coming into this year, I saw what I needed to see. And I think this group proved what we can accomplish, being down Kawhi. And so, you know, that was just enough. That was enough going into this summer, knowing what I need to bring, what I need to add, what I need to work on. And, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready for the fight for this year. I've been in this position, so it gives me a level of comfort, you know, being the number one guy to start. And I'm ready to lead. You know, like I said, I saw what I needed to see. We trust one another. And honestly, year 12, I couldn't imagine any other locker room I would want to be a part of than this group right here. So now it's just about putting it to the floor.
Reggie, the spectrum of emotion for you over the last 10 months, from being a starter to being on the bench and then to doing what you did really 3/4 of the season to getting a 2-year contract with the Clippers. Can you just describe the feelings that you have had ranging in those 10 months, knowing now that you're going to be a Clipper for another couple of years at least?
It's been fun. I mean, emotions come with the game, roller coaster up and down, dealing with wins and losses, but I've been pretty steady since being in this locker room. Like I said, being welcomed, was that now 2.5 years ago? It's flown by, you know, getting acclimated with that group, coming back for last year, being able to just play basketball. So no matter what my role is, I'm just happy to be able to play this game, be able to, especially be by this guy who I call a brother, and Paul. And then, you know, to reiterate his sentiments, I feel the same way going to my 11th year. So there's not another locker room I want to be a part of. And I'm just fortunate enough to, you know, to don this jersey. Like I said, to lace up with my brother and then to lace up with these guys. So just trying to come out here and be the best I can to help the team in any way. And yeah, I'm just looking to have much more fun. It's been a hell of a ride since I've been here. And I've been very blessed to have my health and be able to sign another 2 years. And like I said, to get to do it with this guy and get to do it in this organization, be part of this locker room is a blessing. And I'm sure y'all got to see last year, had some newfound energy. So I'm excited to get back and just try to continue to leave it out there on the floor.
Yeah, Paul, Jim Hill, CBS 2 and KCAL. Now, you talked about your role, and of course we can talk about, and we know about the excitement that you have. Will you, in part of your leadership role, want to be more of an offensive personality, a scorer, because you don't have a Kawhi?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to taking on all facets, whether it's scoring, defending, playmaking. You know, I'm looking forward to taking on the whole facet of the game. I'm really going into this year as this being one of my most complete seasons, as far as doing a little bit of everything. I think I proved it and showed it to myself during the playoffs and that run, that stretch against Phoenix, whether it was rebounding, you know, pushing the tempo, playmaking, scoring the ball. That really just you know, fed, you know, my appetite even more. And again, yeah, it's just I feel like with our group, it just, we didn't want that to end last year. We wanted to continue playing. And so it was just fun. It was fun. It was a fun moment, fun experience that this group didn't want to end. So I'm just want to tackle and take on everything head on and kind of just do everything on the floor.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. No, you're good. I got caught. Mark Medina, USA Today. Paul, to follow up on those questions, what are the things specifically that you draw from your time in Indiana, being the #1 guy, that can apply to this season, knowing it could be a full season as opposed to
I think the biggest thing you take away from being the number one guy is just how to control a game. That's the only thing I can apply at being the number one guy. I mean, I've seen it all from, doubles, traps, you name it, I've seen it. So I do think what you do take away from being the number one option on a nightly basis is how I can control the game and impact the game and play the game, slow the game down how I want it to go. And so that'll just be my approach. How can this game be a Paul George game? And all of that is just going to come from how do I help my teammates? How do I make them better? How do I be a good teammate? So all of that's just going to come into effect. But I think mostly it's just, how I can control the tempo and the pace of the game.
Andrew Greif, LA Times. For Reggie, after the season you had, I'm sure you had different opportunities to maybe go elsewhere than this. But you talked so much after Game 6 against Phoenix. I mean, you were very emotional about why this place kind of revived your career. What was the decision like? How hard was it in the end to decide to come back here? Nick said his decision was very easy for reasons for coming home, feeling like this was a family.
Don't lie either.
What went into yours?
Don't lie.
I could make something up, but nah, this was a easy decision for me. I mean, agency, sat down with my brother, actually talked to this guy a little bit, figuring out, what may be out there. But for the most part, honestly, it was, I felt like a kid waiting on Christmas. I'm like, hurry up and just figure this out, get it done, get the years out there, whatever it is, the numbers, my agency and front office, like, hurry up, please figure it out. It took me probably like a month and a half to even leave after the season. So vacation was home. Like, now this is home. Now it's vacation. I didn't want to go elsewhere. I was in the building working out constantly, training. Still, whenever Paul hit me up, make sure you get my workouts with him. So unless they just didn't want me here, I think I was going to be a Clipper. And even then, I was just going to bring my bags and sit on the front door and ask for anything. So, it was never really that much of a thought about being elsewhere. It was really just, please hurry up and figure it out, and let's get this on the road. So couldn't wait for this day, really, for tomorrow, get back to it. But I couldn't wait this day to be back.
Reggie had talked about how different things feel for him from it was at this time a year ago when he was deciding whether to come back. For you, I mean, we're only a couple weeks removed from you guys leaving the bubble. How much different does it feel like this time around? It's only been a year, and yet it feels like a lot has gone on for you. Can you just describe your state of mind coming into this year after the last 12 months?
Yeah, I mean, it was the whole year was a lot of up and down, and just a lot of moving pieces coming into last year. So where now this year is there's a lot of consistency just in my life alone, my approach. It's a lot of consistency. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm getting into. I know what I'm facing. And so it's night and day, night and day. I feel like I'm a lot more clear-headed, a lot more focused, and just sharper, coming into the situation. So, I'm just, again, I can't reiterate it any more than saying I'm just ready. I'm ready for this, and whatever capacity it is, I'm ready for the challenge.
Hey, Young Mr. ESPN. What up, Paul? Hey, Reggie.
That's
How you doing?
PG, you came back from a serious injury, much more than Kawhi, but Kawhi's looking at an extended period of rehab. I was wondering what your conversation's been like with him. What can he expect being out? And then what has he said to you?
I mean, that conversation is disclosed. We appreciate and love that, we can talk amongst each other, but that conversation is disclosed.